Hello and welcome to Arcade Couch, the best place to your friends to get your gaming goodness each and every Monday. My name's Dylan Blight. Joining me on the couch this week, Ashley Holbrook.
Hey Dylan, excited to be here and excited for our in-depth discussion about whether YouTubers should be paid to cover games.
No, fuck it. Actually, I want to cover my 2 cents on that sec. Fuck it. I wasn't going to bring it up, but you're terrible at like bringing up things and then expecting me not to talk about it, but then I want to. I'll say Kieran Merchant.
It was wild seeing both sides of this story. So I'm looking forward to Dylan's viewpoint on this because
we're going to do our game. The game award predictions this week. That's pretty much the only thing.
You're like, this is the only thing I want to talk about this week.
Yeah,
and I knew
you had to fucking fly.
Threw the bait straight in.
We're doing a funny thing this year. Instead of our regular like sort of 5 game trailer predictions, I've crafted a list of 24 questions, which we're going to turn into bingo cards. I will post up an article separate to this later after the episode post with the questions if you'd like to participate, and all 3 of our bingo cards, so we can see if any of us actually will get bingo on the night or the day, even because it's like 11 12 o'clock a day. Oh no, I'll be at work anyway. So that's what we'll be doing. But since you just fucking said it, yeah, how wild. Hey, what a fucking, like, that was like a full like 48-hour just people yelling backwards and forwards on the internet about some guy's like very incautious tweet where he was like not quite trying to.
Some guy, he is the developer of what was the game, like
Spirity.
Spirit Team.
He's the company director of No More Robots, who've made games like Nowhere Profit and Yes Your Grace and Not Tonight.
Here's my take on this, and I thought it was like, I read the tweet before it took off, and I thought nothing of it because I read it, I think, in a very particular way. And then I quickly found out that everyone else was reading this tweet completely different way.
Did you read all of his tweets? Like the whole
thread?
Yeah,
I read the whole thread. I saw someone retweet it initially, and just I read it. I was like, oh, cool, interesting. Like, I think I saw someone tweet it and go, interesting thread. I just read it and went, oh, cool, whatever. And then next day I wake up and fucking every content creator's like ready to have this person's head. So I read it as he is talking reviews, and that's how I read it.
But the thing is, he was
he's
talking
using old school terminology, and which I still use, which is coverage as in reviews. And the idea of people asking for money for reviews is,
I don't know if that's the case. When he specifically posts a screenshot of YouTube videos.
Of YouTube, to me, it's just
but YouTube is doing reviews.
No, the thing is,
if you wanted,
the thing is, I don't think it was reviews. I just think it was content in general. I think his big sticky point is that for so long now, in recent times, the amount of content creators that now do #ad because they are paid specifically to play a game has increased tenfold. And so his big thing, I think his frustration was that they haven't done that, but he was like, why aren't they they're not making any content on this because I didn't pay them to do it. Not because you are I just think it's an independent game, right? Like it's not a big game. Like it's going to take some time to like filter through and have people start picking up to make content with it, because a content creator can't pick up an indie game that's not going to get any following or any kind of, especially like any media, like small to medium YouTuber can't play a game.
I mean, there was a lot of videos. People pointed out the next day that there was actually a lot of videos made about the game, but just none above like that 15K mark of YouTubers. But a lot of smaller YouTubers had covered it.
Yes. And that's the thing, I guess, especially for the large ones where it's like their content is all about, and so min-maxed to the point of their viewer base, and they know their viewer base. That's
a YouTube channel, by the way.
Like they're so focused on it, and like they can't it's their livelihood. They're taking a gamble at playing a game like that randomly, and I think sadly that's just the way of the industry now for YouTube as a platform and Twitch as a platform. You know, when the changing a game could mean going from potentially thousands of viewers to 300, you know, that's massive of drop for them and for their potential revenue streams.
Yeah, I mean, I just fall back straight on like I do think it's very, very interesting, and I fall in line with a lot of the people I saw tweeting about it, more so being like, this is fucking super interesting. When we had Gamergate like 10 years ago, that was all about like ethics and journalism, and you shouldn't get paid to cover games, or journalists shouldn't be taking money to cover a game.
Who are those tweets from, though, predominantly?
They were men.
No. Were they from the journalist side or from the content creator side?
So
the ones I saw, you mean? They were all journalists, mostly saying that this, like, the people pointing out Gamergate were always journalists and stuff like that. I didn't see a single content creator like give. I saw every content creator say the same thing, which is, at least on my feed, every content creator, and a lot of them I follow, and I wouldn't hold against them or whatever, but they were very much like, fuck this guy sort of attitude. You know, that's what I saw. And then all the journalists I follow were like, this is like, they weren't saying fuck the content creators. It was just like, this is a wild take when yous were all super pissy about ethics and journalism, and suddenly you're just like, give me money. You know, like.
But I feel like that, like, review content, like reviews and like journalism is very different to content creation, and like,
is it though?
No, I think there's three markets here, in my opinion. So I really don't feel like if we don't take, I would never take money to do a review for Explosion Network. I don't know why people can suddenly get away with taking money to do a Let's Play, unless you're in the third market, at which point I would happily, if someone wanted to say, hey, can we pay you the $500 to post an article about this upcoming game that clearly says it's sponsored? I would go, sure. Why not?
But like, but as long as it's saying it's sponsored, and that, I think as long as the like content creators are coming at it from a point of view as they are allowed to be critical about games, they're allowed to actually play the game, and they're actually showing that.
Who's critical about a game they get paid for?
Yeah.
Get paid to play.
I've seen streamers be critical about games they're getting paid for, like in terms of like them not enjoying the game, or visibly not understanding what's going on, or presenting what's going on in it. Like, I think, sure, a Let's Play is very heavily edited, but for live streamers, like, they can't. There's no way to edit when the game is shit. It's obvious the game is shit.
But I think your attitude towards it, it's just automatically altered because you've been paid to.
But then. But then,
which is the same argument some people in some places even argue, and I disagree with this point, but I do like, this is where some people even draw the line. Some people even argue that getting games or going to movies for free alters it, where you can't critique it. Now, I disagree with that. I think that like that's such a normality, and has been since like the 50s in the arts industry for a product to be provided for a review. I think that's such a normality thing.
I mean, there's no way around it. Otherwise, everybody would be paying for everything, and nobody would be making any money.
Yeah, so I think that's very weirdly different. But to be like, hey, I'll give you $500 to play this Let's Play. You can go full bro. You can say whatever you want. There's no way. I just don't believe, as much as even if you could trick yourself, that psychologically you're thinking, fuck, I better not say anything too harsh because maybe they'll sponsor me again. Like, I just don't think that's a... Like, and again, I have absolutely nothing wrong with people doing sponsored streams or YouTube videos, and I don't give two fucks. Like, as long as it's properly wrote, or what, like advertised as such, I have no issue with the thing. So, but I also just think it's very weird for the majority of content creators, and everyone, a bunch of the people I follow have a couple thousand followers. Some of the people I saw tweeting about this had a couple hundred followers. And everyone's going, yeah, I'm playing games without fucking money. I'm like, what?
But don't you play all your games without being paid money?
It's like,
are you only playing games you're getting paid to play?
Yeah.
Is that all you're streaming, or are you just making an exception because you're not interested in this game?
Yeah, because this is where this is where I definitely feel like this dude was coming at it from a point of like, I will give you code. Can you do a video with honest opinions? I don't give a fuck. I just want people to make videos.
This is what I'm saying, though, is when there has to be some incentive for streamers to so if you say to a streamer, especially,
but what's the difference between a streamer and like me? Like,
difference is they're
popular.
No. But like, okay.
Like,
when you're
what's
saying
my incentive? You know what I mean? Like I
people,
just want a code to write about a game.
You want a code to write about a game? I don't. I think.
What's my incentive?
Your incentive is your desire for journalism integrity and to provide information to people.
Wrong. No.
Whereas, no. You are wanting to provide a piece of I don't know if the right word's objective, but objective, opinionated material to present to people to give your feelings about a game and to talk about a game.
Yeah.
So a content creator is to provide entertainment.
Yeah. Okay.
And so when a content creator has very little, so when you're turning around to a content creator, say somebody who's a big Overwatch streamer, and they know if they just sat there and played Overwatch today, they would guaranteed get 5,000 viewers, and they would potentially get a couple hundred subscriptions, and they are guaranteed to have some kind of regular flow, concurrent viewers, and they'll get ad revenue out of it. If you come to them and say, all right, I'm just giving you a game for free, and they know if they play this game, there is the potential for all of their viewers to go, oh, you're not playing Overwatch, see you later. I'm gone. I'm not going to watch this. I'll go watch somebody else who is playing Overwatch right now, which then in turn makes their ad revenue go down, their concurrent viewers go down, and their amount of subscriptions they're going to get in a day. Whereas if you pay them and you say, hey, play this game, I don't want, if they turn around, if it's like a situation where they're like, hey, play this game, you're allowed to say good things, blah, 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 that's where I'm like, no. But if they're like, play this game, that streamer can then fully play that game without having the stress of what's happening to my viewership, of what's happening with subs. Their time is paid for and is valued in that term.
I don't know. I just think it's weird that obviously he's clearly offered them codes for coverage or whatever without payment, and all these YouTubers have gone, nah. But if you pay me, I'll definitely play it. How about you give me a bunch of money?
I just feel it's very. I just think it's very weird. Like if the email's like, hey, would you like a code for this game? Would love to see some coverage about it, and your response is, I would if I could take money, and they're like, nah, that's not really what we're doing, but that's all good, no worries, move on. And then people decide to tear this dude an asshole. It's like they an indie studio. Why are we deciding?
He didn't word his tweets very well.
No, like he came out across it like they're like, wait, just because I won't pay them doesn't mean they're not going to make any content whatsoever about my game. It's like you can't. The thing is, right? If you have made the decision that you are not going to put in money, or you're not going to pay content creators to make content about your game, you then just have to accept the fact that you get whatever coverage you get. You can't then be annoyed that you're not getting more coverage in the YouTube space. That's fucking insane.
I definitely feel like there's an old school mentality there. Of 10 years ago, you could have definitely emailed a bunch of people and expected more of it. Yeah, no worries, dude. Like these days with the way the content creators like
also depends
popular,
on
more money.
Who is sending these
YouTube's
emails,
very different though nowadays. Like
that's what I mean. Like the popularity and like the views and stuff has led people to like, and good for them, whatever. But like I just
money hungry.
Yeah, I honestly I agree. His tweet was weird but weird and not exactly the best. But words. But I just do believe the way I read it is that he just literally, either for being a bit of a fool or whatever, he legit just thought he could, like, he was just going old school mentality of like, why are people just wanting to cover my thing? Like I'm offering them a code, they don't want to cover it without money. Like, well, that's fucking weird. Like, I don't think he was like, I just don't think so.
Yeah. Again, it's like a age gap thing, I think.
Yeah.
Generational gap is
so it's very much a generational gap.
And also industry wide. Like you said, all the journalists are like, we would never do that. And like all the content creators were like, give me money.
But that's the thing, is they're two different things. Reviews and content creation. They are. One's for entertainment. One is an entertainment piece.
These days, people, if XQC played a game and said it was the best thing ever, it would have more.
That would be a review.
That would be the review. That would get more people to play it.
That's not the thing. Is they're not. He's not coming at it from the point of view of a review.
It doesn't matter though.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. No. But that's the thing. It does matter. The intention behind why you're doing something is like. Are you? I think it's entertainment. It's the same as a fucking TV show having a Mercedes badge in it. The amount of movies you see where it's like fucking Marvel movies. I remember Black Panther had what, like 1 billion fucking Subarus? I can't remember which car manufacturer it was, but every car was the same fucking manufacturer, and there was clearly a sponsorship deal there. That's the same shit. It is exactly the same, and we don't have a problem with that apparently. So I'm not going to I don't. Yes,
yeah, but Black Panther doesn't stop in the middle of the car chase and go, "Man, this Subaru is fucking great."
Maybe
I love driving this car.
But sure, if people are doing that, sure. But yeah, I don't see it as, I guess because I watch a lot of Twitch and I view Twitch as an entertainment platform instead of fucking. Whereas I wouldn't go to Twitch to get an honest review of a game.
But the thing is, what do YouTube comments on IGN and stuff say all the time? They say, or any major gaming publication, they say, these people are fucking liars. These people are paid off. And then they go to some random YouTube channel like that and go, well, at least they're telling the truth. Even though we know half the time they're paid.
I think that's a different conversation.
Or has it an explicit bias, you know?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think they're too, sure, that's the thing, is a shitty thing from the gaming community. I get that. But when it's media people being like, hey, everybody gets pissed off when it's even suggested that we could take money. Yes, of course it is, because you're supposed to be fucking neutral journalists. You're supposed to be. Journalism is supposed to have integrity behind it in terms of you're supposed to be able to go to a journalist or somebody that's taking the news or writing down piece of information and not have bias there and not have other intentions there.
I just feel like the wording should be fixed. Like that's I think language is the biggest problem here, because to me everything you're talking about, I said I'm fine, but the wording should be clearly, hey, are you interested in doing a sponsored stream? And if the person, then someone replied and said yes, and they said, cool, here's the game, they're like, well, how much are you going to pay me? And they said, well, I'm not paying you to do a sponsored stream. I'd be like, well, that's fucked up. You're saying you're not going to pay someone to do a sponsored stream? That's fucked. You should obviously pay them. But so to me, it's like a language thing.
Potentially. It's coming from somebody that doesn't understand that space or is not across how things work nowadays in that landscape.
Yeah. Also, if content creators want to be paid, maybe they should start paying royalties to the video game companies that provide the video games.
Fuck no. What the fuck?
Just saying, if it's going to work both ways.
That's fucking nonsense.
Why?
Who was that guy that said it? Was the dev from Journey to the Forbidden Planet or whatever? Alex something or other.
Fucking nonsense.
Bring it back up.
Why was it nonsense?
12-month bit.
Because I don't. Because royalties for that kind of shirt will cripple the industry and take away all small content creators.
Content creators work hard in video game developers.
Also, that's also not true. Yeah. But it's there is an ecosystem there that is mutually beneficial.
Is it though? We don't know. We just assume it's mutually beneficial.
It fucking is when there's fucking, especially for people like Epic Games, where they see fucking Laserbeam and Lachlan and fucking Ninja fucking playing, and then little kiddies and everybody else runs off to go buy some more shit in Fortnite.
I watched a really interesting video on the Watch Mojo did a top 10 list of sampling, top 10 most sampled tracks or whatever. I watched last night, and the number one sample is this drum beat from a particular song that's been used in thousands and thousands, especially a lot of hip hop and techno and whatever songs, very heavy bass, very heavy bass sound. And they talk about how the musicians who did that have got nothing, absolutely no royalties at all, because it's just it's a sampling. So then there's all these arguments, discussions around, what's the legal? And obviously it's legal because it's happened. It's been happening since like the 70s. The same sample, but it is an interesting discussion to have. Similar sort of thing of like, at what point should someone get some kickback, especially if they're things like that popular? So
exactly.
I would say I'm in general of the side of developers should not get paid for that stuff. But I do think it's very interesting at a certain stage for some games where they become such a large point to content creators.
Should at a certain level.
Yeah. At a certain
threshold.
Level, I don't know how you would decide that, but I do think at some stage it becomes such a big thing, like it's not like Rockstar needs the money, but you know what I mean? Like RP side of Grand Theft Autos. Like how are they helping each other? Because at a certain stage, they've paid for the game once.
Yeah, and they're making infinite content
and they're making millions of dollars off it. And nothing's going back to Rockstar. And again, I don't think Rockstar needs the money, but it is interesting. Like,
if they ever put that in place, the money could go towards the actual devs.
If I buy a pair of Adidas shoes and I've paid one time for this pair of shoes and I go win a race wearing those shoes for millions and millions of dollars, should I be giving millions of dollars to Adidas or any portion of those winnings to Adidas because I use those shoes to do it in?
Well, no, you're talking about one race. I'm talking about like 100,000.
No. But that's the thing. Is sure, okay. If I wear it for every single race, I wear this one pair of Adidas for every race of my life, and I'm a fucking billionaire out of it.
At that stage, they would have sponsored you.
Exactly. No, that's like the greatest racer of all time.
At that stage, they would start paying. They would start paying me to wear those shoes.
Yeah.
So why doesn't it work the same in video games?
I don't know.
Why is it not okay to do that? And why should people then start paying a license fee?
I don't know. I'm not saying they should. I just think it's I'm
just asking the question. Like I'm asking, like it work. This is how it works for everything else. Why is it different for video games?
It's weird.
Well, it's because the entertainment industry in general is different. Like TV, music, films, you can't use any of that footage in another thing without paying for it.
Yeah.
But technically, they have paid for it by buying.
We uploaded fucking.
No, you don't buy a copy of Community on DVD and then you can put that.
Yeah. We fucking put the Studio Ghibli podcast on YouTube.
But this is where that's different. No. Okay, that's where it's different. Where then it comes under the fair use of the game because you are altering.
It's got to be.
You're altering it.
You're altering it by playing it the way it was meant to be played.
Not if we're using the fucking GTA RP as the fucking example.
Really? You're not playing GTA when you're playing GTA PRP?
No, because GTA RP
you're doing additive stuff. But,
isn't like
the actual gameplay footage in the game.
But it's not the gameplay that is the source of the thing. It's the RP that is the point of like kind of importance.
I mean, it is like the same thing of like, well, I get your point of view because you're talking about it from like a tool point. So it's like paying the person that made the guitar money. If you become super popular musician using a certain guitar, would you give money back to the maker of the guitar at that point? Because you've paid for it once, like it's just a tool. And to a lot of content creators, the game is just a tool.
Because people don't pay like if the game was the thing that people were coming to see all the time, anybody who loads up that game would have thousands and thousands of people watching them and it wouldn't be hard. Like streaming wouldn't be the fucking one, like the top streamers wouldn't be in like the 1% of people that stream if the game was the important thing in the situation. Because fucking anybody could do it.
Anyone can do it.
But still, you're using somebody's art to further yourself. So, I mean, they should get something cut. I mean, the entertainment video game industry really screwed up by not cracking down on it.
It is it is definitely like interesting because like if you can't do like a lot of watch alongs. Like if I was to put on Killers of the Flower Moon when it's out, or no, Oppenheimer just came out in Blu-ray, and if I tried to do like a watch along to that, it would get like copyright strike straight away, and I'd be like, yeah, but I'm like commentating the entire time. But no, it's illegal. No. It's my content. I'm creating it. It's my voice. No, it's illegal.
Yeah, and I get that with reactions and that kind of stuff. I do understand that. Like that is fair. It's like saying but you're saying that you're using somebody else's art to further yourself. So people who like make content or review literal pieces of art shouldn't make any money off it.
No, it's a very common criticism that critics are scummy because all they do is make a career out of like ripping down other people's stuff and don't actually have a creative but that's been
but the joke's on them. We don't make a living.
Bam.
That's the thing, I guess, from coming from like Ash's comment, it's like, okay, Ashley's okay with reviewing and stuff, but it's not okay with anything else.
Yeah, but I don't actually show. I don't play an entire game while I'm critiquing it, I guess.
But the same is, but you're talking about art. So if you take a picture of a piece of art and you use that picture in your review or your article,
I mean, how do you feel about what's that girl that like just got doxxed or whatever and does all the reacts videos?
You can narrow it down.
Oh, do you mean Sniper Wolf? Do you mean Sniper Wolf?
That sniper that type of content. What's your feeling on that type of content? Not her. I just mean that type.
I say like the reaction.
Where she plays a video and she's just sitting in the corner doing nothing.
Yeah. Like what's that?
I don't. That's shit. And this is the thing. I actually
popular TikToks, popular reels, and just goes, oh my god, and then like it just cuts together. Like it's just.
I think, and this is where it's funny because I really love React content in terms of I will watch an anime episode and then of like Jujutsu Kaisen that's on at the minute, and then I'll go watch YouTube videos of other people watching it as well. That's edited, and that's not just the full episode there. It is edited down and cut into sections of them talking about it and then reacting to it. Because I want to
different than Gogglebox or something. Really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like Gogglebox, because I really fucking love seeing how other people go through the same emotions.
Gogglebox have to license on that.
like going through that. Like I think if it's people actually editing and like adding things to it, I think it's completely fine. If it is just XQC puts on a video and then walks off to go cook his dinner, or no, he doesn't cook, to go collect his dinner from wherever he's off screen.
Uber Eats, after he like crawls over his mountain of rubbish next to him,
yeah, like that kind of stuff I don't agree with. Like just putting the video on to fucking play and then not doing anything about it, that's 100% wrong. I don't condone that at all. It's a very fine line, and it is a complicated matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's there's so many, like you go down the rabbit hole of like what's okay and what's not, and there's just so many like.
Yeah, I mean nothing's going to actually change. You know, no studio is going to actually do this unless like it's a big game. Like if Rockstar came out and said, "Hey, we don't want anybody streaming the story of GTA 6."
Well, it's so funny because like Atlas is the only studio that like heavily goes after people
Atlas as well,
for streaming. Yeah. They're like, our game is technically like available to stream, but if you stream past this certain fucking chapter, we'll come down on you like with all our power. Yeah, like we will sue you. It's so funny. So, all right. Game Awards.
Back to the plan.
Okay, back to the plan.
It's fucking almost half an hour later.
Yeah.
Holy.
Ash really opened a can of worms on that one.
He fucking did.
Game Awards are in 2 weeks. Oh, no, a week after. Yeah, next week when you're listening to this. So on Friday the 8th, right? I think that's how it works. 11:30, I think they start with the pre-show, 12 o'clock main show, something like that. So we're going to do predictions, but as I said at the start, got a little bit different here, trying something a little bit different. I got 24 questions. Amongst them, I've sort of split out the regular trailer prediction sort of shout-out stuff. And I did it. I hope the way I sent it was in blocks. I figured it would answer in blocks. So I don't know if you kept them in blocks still. If not, I will just read them.
I just numbered them the same way you had numbered them. I haven't done blocks.
Okay. That's fine. I'll start so then at least you know how we're going.
Just tell me the number, please.
Number 1. Let's go for the first few questions here for our predictions. Feel free to play along, of course, as I said. Best game. Get that one straight away. I'm going with Baldur's Gate 3. I'll be highly surprised if Baldur's Gate 3 does not win. I just think at this stage it's the one to lose, in my opinion. Number 2, Best Indie, Sea of Stars. I've gone for that one. I do
Wait.
not think.
Do we want to like do it section by like? Are you reading all of this block out yourself or not?
I'm doing 3 questions. That is a block in the way I originally.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's all good.
The blocks are literally like 3 questions, 2 or 3 questions each.
Yeah, no, it's good because I didn't actually write the question next to my answer. I've just written the answer, and some of them
No.
is just the word. Yes. So,
That's fine. Best Indie Sea of Stars. I highly doubt Dave the Diver will win. I just don't think that's going to happen after all the backlash. And again, rightfully so. We talked about it last week, so I'm going Sea of Stars from the remaining list. Although I was sort of like nearly wanting to go something else, but anyway, Sea of Stars. And best performance, I'm going to go, even though it's against my better judgment, I'm going to go Ben Starr for Final Fantasy. So it's not who I would want to win, of course. This is just my predictions, but I feel like that's probably the most played and liked. And, you know, he's been doing all those videos on Instagram or whatever, wherever he posts on Twitter, like doing like the voice of that, whatever the character is, and then whatever the name is. Clive. Yeah, doing his like voice, like pretending to talk to whatever. People like him, so good for him. Ash, your answers.
My answers are exactly the same. I've gone best game Baldur's Gate 3, best indie Sea of Stars, and best performance Ben Starr. So pretty boring.
Different reasons or thoughts or
no, because they're all going to win. That's my main reason.
All right, fucking hell.
Yeah, I mean Baldur's Gate 3. I feel like he said, is kind of a shoo-in, like, which is surprising when everybody kicked off the year and thought Zelda was going to be guaranteed game of the year. But you know, the year has kind of panned out the way it has.
Before mid-year, people were like, "There is no way anything else could get close to Zelda this year."
And arguably, we've got 2 games that,
yeah, it's funny.
So, and then yeah, like you said, Ben Stars is very popular in Final Fantasy 16. Is popular amongst a certain group of people.
Not me. Kieran.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo. I think both of you. Baldur's Gate 3. I think if Baldur's Gate, I'll accept if Zelda beats it. I'll still be fucking bummed. If anything else wins, I will be throwing my desk through the fucking, like, flipping the desk over because it makes no
Which
sense.
one would you be most upset if it won?
Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, I agree. Resident Evil 4.
If Resident Evil 4 got anywhere close to winning, I'd be like, that's mental. That is fucking mental. Yeah, number 2, same thing, Sea of Stars. If the whole bullshit around Dave the Diver, you know, kind of that whole thing didn't happen, I would have loved Dave the Diver to win, even though it's not an indie.
If the bullshit meaning people realizing it's not an indie.
If it was actually an indie, I would love it to win. It is the best one, right?
If it was actually made by the 6 people that all these outlets thought made it, yeah.
Yeah. If it was actually an independent game, yeah, fuck yeah. But no, Sea of Stars, and then it hurts me not to write Neil Newbon for this one because I think his performance in Asterion is amazing, and I think the range he has to play throughout that game and the different variations is far more impressive. But I've also gone Ben Starr as well because I don't.
Because you agreed with me from last week that a bunch of people didn't play the Asterion stuff because of the game.
Yeah, correct. Even I had that. Yeah.
All right, next block, 2 questions. Number 4. What will be the last trailer / reveal of the show? I have gone with the Grand Theft Auto 6 teaser trailer. So I know there's like a big, like, either on the side of it, it'll show up at the Game Awards or it won't show up at the Game Awards. I'm gonna go. It shows up at the Game Awards. It gets a teaser trailer at the end. It can't get a teaser trailer at the start because then that just like the news cycle then becomes nothing but GTA 6 for the rest of the show. So it overshadows everything else that's happening throughout the show at that point. So I reckon it's the last teaser, the trailer that pops, and I think it's going to be a teaser trailer that says more information coming. Blah blah blah. You know, like something else when Rockstar can release more of a proper, like, here's it, like the trailer they released for GTA 5 where it was like voiceover, like, welcome to Vice City, the town, like, here's what you can do, and like it'll just be like a vibe teaser trailer. And then first trailer / reveal of the show, I'm going with a Hades 2 trailer. We'll drop it. That'll be the first trailer that we see during the show. Ash?
Okay, last trailer, I've got the Elden Ring DLC. You know, I think Usually the last thing he reveals is something reasonably big, but also in the last few years has been something predominantly Japanese. Like last year it was Final Fantasy 16 was a big trailer. The year before, I think it was Elden Ring. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Elden Ring DLC.
What's the year before Fast and Furious?
Yes, I said, let's not forget the classic Fast and Furious ending to the Game Awards.
There was a Fast and Furious ending, and
I think that was the year before.
and then there was the other year where it was supposed to be Half-Life Alyx, and then Half-Life Alyx got pulled out, so it was a really shit ending. No, that was the same year. Sorry, that was the same year, and that was what
I think that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
It got pulled, and then they were stuck with
that was that
It's
problem.
about
Fast and
family.
Furious. It's about family. And then first trailer reveal, I've got Hollow Knight Silk Song revealed. New trailer. It says coming 2024.
That's a really odd first choice. Like I think
they showed Hades 2 Leaf as the first game they showed last year. So
yeah, but Hades 2 is way bigger than Hollow Knight.
Is it?
I think so. Personally,
I think it is bigger, but I feel like they have similar fan bases that are hardcore around both of them. So,
All right, Karen. What do you got?
I've gone with GTA 6. I think a teaser trailer at the end to link to whatever Rockstar is doing themselves in December, I think is a really good idea. I think it'll, even though, you could in the theory be like GTA 6 is big enough, it doesn't need to be at the Game Awards. It can just do something by itself and people will be there no matter what. But I think if you were the capital kind of the exclamation mark on the end of the Video Game Awards, like people are going to go fucking nuts. And I think starting with Suicide Squad, I think that game has a lot of ground to make up, and I think positioning itself as first on the card would be a really interesting first on the award show would be a really interesting position for it to be in, and try and maybe get out ahead and be like, hey, we have sort of kind of not really changed this game for service that everybody fucking hated when we first showed it. Hopefully it's good when it comes out in February.
Yeah. Did anybody watch the dev thing that they did like a week or two ago?
Skimmed it.
I got the emails.
Me meant to.
I got the emails to sign up to the beta, and I laughed and deleted them.
What? There's a beta? No.
Yeah.
I think there's some interesting things they could do. Like, just bring out the cast of Suicide Squad to
Bring
talk
out a
about.
crocodile.
Bring out Samoa Joe. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We'll
see Samoa Joe.
Margot Robbie.
She's not voicing the character.
That's
but
fine.
Bring her out
Still
anyway.
bring her out anyway.
Now it's a Barbie.
Oh shit! Imagine that. The Barbie game. Barbie the movie, the game.
Pretty big.
The Barbie.
No, it'd be about
the
Ken,
game,
right? It wouldn't even be about Barbie. It'd be like a Ken game.
It's a bunch of mini games. One's like a dance rhythm game. Sets all the musical numbers. Yeah.
All right. Next block. Question number 6. Is the year of terrible layoffs mentioned / addressed? I've said absolutely not. Jeff Keighley's not going to mention that shit at all. It's not going to be touched on. It's going to make me laugh and also feel terrible. Do we get some Hoyoyo voice segments shit? However you pronounce it. First shit. And I said absolutely yes. Jeff Keighley loves that shit. And then over under 2 minutes for how long Fortnite gets. And I said over. Because you know damn well that motherfucker, like he just announced that there's going to be a map or game award or some bullshit. He's already announced, they've already got that crossover thing happening in Fortnite now. No way it doesn't get over 2 minutes.
Are you going to bring out your stopwatch?
I think it's going to be like, I'll talk about it in my segment. But yeah.
Just skim through
the
video.
You go first then, Kieran.
All right. No. Okay. All right. I've got not addressed and spoiler for anything on the remainder of this list. Anything that is potentially divisive or political or not positive is not going to get mentioned in the show whatsoever because that's just Jeff Keighley. Hoyoverse, yes, and I've drawn on my notes some dollar signs because some fat dollar signs would come the way from that shit. And then over. I think not only does it go off the back of the hype of Fortnite OG, I think multiple points throughout the night, it's going to be like Jeff Keighley. And remember, the Game Awards is being presented live in Fortnite right now if you want to jump in and come hang out with me. And he's going to get like multiple bits and pieces throughout the show that's going to be Fortnite related.
Yeah, I can see it.
So I've gone, is the year of terrible layoffs mentioned? No, not by Jeff Keighley, anyway. It could be mentioned by some, like a
Yeah, but that'd be yes.
a dev. But I don't think it's going to be. I don't think there's going to be a planned mention of.
That's the
layoffs.
thing. I expect. Okay. So just what I just said. I'm 100% in this camp. Jeff Keighley and the Game Awards do not present any of this information. Like, I think the studios definitely will, or people accepting awards. Fuck yeah, they will. 100%.
I don't think it's guaranteed, but
I think Jeff Keighley will shoot them.
They could. Will we get Hoyoverse segments? Yes. But it'll probably be like an ad that we don't realize is an ad until there's like another ad after it. So,
yeah.
And then I'm going under on the Fortnite 2 minutes.
Whoa!
No way.
Yeah. It's just
how do you
too
think
much content to talk about in the Game Awards.
What?
How are they going to fit 2 minutes of Fortnite in a 3-4 hour show? I don't understand.
Because there'll be a section where it'll go a talking segment between fucking the game director of Fortnite, and then it'll go into a fucking trailer about the upcoming season and about Fortnite OG. And that'll by itself, that'll fucking take up 2 minutes.
If you say so.
You crazy.
All right. First 3 trailer predictions. So I've gone trailer prediction number 1. Hollow Knight Silksong is going to be a trailer that drops during the show. And I'm expecting an actual release date, not some bullshit 2024 shit. Trailer prediction number 2, Death Stranding 2 trailer. I can't wait. I feel like this is the most confident I can feel about it. And out of all my picks, I feel like Death Stranding 2 is the one that I'm like, well, that's 110% happening. And I'm keen. I can't wait. And trailer number 3, this one I don't feel super confident about, but I'm like, fuck it. Maybe Nintendo tries to get a little bit more time on the old Jeff Keighley card. Princess Peach Showtime trailer. We'll show it during this. The game's out in March, so yeah, I feel like I could get some time here.
Essentially,
Ash.
My first one is Wolverine. So again, PlayStation haven't shown anything for their slate for next year, I guess, other than Helldivers 2. So Wolverine we expect is the big game for next year. So I think they show something here. My second one is Monster Hunter World 2, or whatever the next Monster Hunter game is called. I think, the Monster Hunter games have featured prominently in Game Awards or
usually,
Jeff Keighley stuff in the past. So that wouldn't be a surprise. And then number 3, I put Death Stranding 2. So I'm also very confident on something Death Stranding. We're going to see some sort of baby. Are we going to see Timothée Chalamet in the trailer? I don't know.
He's been posting a lot of celebrity. He's patented cameo pictures for them to show up as.
Timothée Chalamet is going to be one of the hologram peoples.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, unlike the first game, you know exactly where these people are going to show up now. They're just as whatever people who deliver and stuff too. So the first time it was like, why is he taking pictures of all these celebrities? Kieran.
Yeah, so I've gone with some Hideo Kojima bullshit with Death Stranding 2 trailer as my first prediction. I think it makes too much sense for it to be here.
So if it's not bullshit, do we?
No, because on my notes I've just written Death Stranding 2 trailer.
Okay.
And that's just the flavor of me talking. Next one I've got is a Wolverine trailer, I think linking off the back of Spider-Man 2 success. Bring in that Wolverine, even if it's not, I don't expect it to have any kind of an announcement for next year. I just think it's going to be a connection trailer or a linking trailer that links the two. And then 11, I'm not 100% on this one, but I feel like they did similar with Breath of the Wild. I think there's going to be some weird Tears of the Kingdom challenge DLC gets announced here. I think they've done that in the past. Tears of the Kingdom and Zelda, for whatever reason, and Breath of the Wild has had a pretty heavy link with the Game Awards for some time now. And Nintendo have shown that for whatever reason, they had the Hero's Path or the Hero's Journey DLC last time. They like putting challenge DLC or kind of these a bit odder DLCs out for Zelda. So I can see it happening here.
All right, next block. Is GTA 6 at the show? I've said yes. Obviously, I just said that it'll end the show. Is Kojima on stage? I said yes. I just said that Death Stranding 2 is getting a trailer. And then over under 2 minutes for how long games featuring predominantly AI creation game systems? I've said over because I remember a couple of years ago where there was a bunch of like crypto based or whatever those types of games are. I can't remember the name of them now, but those like mining games were actually featured during the Game Awards. So I'm going over. Ash?
Isn't there a 15th in that block?
Nope, I've separated them mine, so just for the lols.
Okay. My bad.
Because in my head,
that doesn't make sense then, moving. Like, the next block is something completely different. Makes more sense if 15th is there.
Nope, keep going.
All right. Is GTA at the show? I'm saying no. I think Rockstar think they're bigger than the Game Awards, so they'll have their own thing and not feature at all in the Game Awards. Is Kojima on stage? I'm going to say yes, but in my heart, it's like 50-50. And over under on for the predominantly AI creation games, I'm going to say under. But also, I suspect there'll be an element of we won't be able to tell, which is scary.
Well, if we can't tell, it doesn't count for my timer, but okay.
I've got yes for GTA 6. As predicted, there'll be the teaser trailer at the end. I don't think it's going to be anything substantial, but I think, yeah, definitely it will be. Hideo Kojima, yes, if Jeff Keighley has to fucking beg and do terrible things to get on stage, Jeff Keighley definitely will. And over, and I think, sadly, a large portion that's going to come from something to do with Microsoft. I think Microsoft is going to have something to do with their AI partnership and tools partnership is going to be featured in this showcase at some point, as well as other AI related things.
Show just opens with AI Jeff Keighley. It's like, hey, you may not realize I'm an AI Jeff Keighley. This is all pro program.
You could see me now in VR.
You can see me in Fortnite also. All right. Question number 15. Does that kid get on the stage again? Yes.
No.
Yeah, I believe in him.
What? No, what? No.
The answer is no. Jeff Keighley is actually going to have a wall of security guards leading up to the stage, and the people are going to have to show ID before they can actually appear on stage.
I'm excited to see the little twerp gets tackled if he does try. Like,
Jeff Keighley just stabs him.
Like, there's got to be there's no way he gets on stage. Maybe he gets something in.
I got it. He starts running on stage, but then everything goes black. And then 3 little green lights come down, and some guy tackles him and takes him out, and doesn't. And then he disappears. You know?
We never see him again. I'd be all about that. I'd pop off even more than if it was a Splinter Cell trailer. God, imagine how cool would that be? Fuck Ubisoft. Somebody in your marketing come up with that shit, right? Have somebody like fake run onto this. It'd be bad though. It'd be really bad to fake that kind of thing happening. Yeah.
Unless it was obvious, very obviously staged.
Yeah.
All right. Next block of trailers. So, my 4th trailer prediction, I've gone with Star Wars Outlaws gets the trailer during this show. Need a little bit of a Star Wars action during our Game Awards. Obviously expecting that game to come out next year still. And EA's going to start building up the hype for the open world game that with character whose name I can't remember and don't know much about. And, everyone likes Cal Kestis. So, don't know. No, I do after the second game. I like those games.
Well, you used to not. Yeah.
He won me over. The new game's good. Trailer number 5. I've gone Black Myth Wukong, even amongst all the drama around the studio that recently got published thanks to an IGN article investigation. But I'm still going to go that game's one that Jeff's been hyped about and talked about, and most people are super excited for. So, Black Myth Wukong. And then my trailer prediction number 6, I've gone 33 Immortals release day trailer. So that's like the isometric game where you're like teaming up with 32 other people to like take down shit. It looks really cool. Xbox showed it like a year ago, I feel, during one day.
It's more recent than that. I think it's during the summer. Well,
I don't know,
winter,
it feels
but
like
during
ages
the
ago,
summer
but-
games, like summer games first.
It's supposed to be coming next year, so give me now it's time. Ash.
All right, I've gone Tekken 8. We got some sort of like fighter reveal about who's going to be in the next game. That seems pretty self-explanatory. Then I've also gone Skydance New Media's Captain America Black Panther game. It's been about 2 years since they announced it and did like a teaser. So
Doesn't that game have like the worst title in the world or some shit? Like,
well, it doesn't have an official title yet. That's the
okay.
thing. So you show a teaser, trailer, or something, and give it an official name. That would be good. And then my third pick is Wolf Among Us 2. Get a trailer and
Skin Suit Telltale.
Skin Suit Telltale with the Among Us 2. No, not Among Us 2. The Wolf Among Us 2. And with a date. Do you know the craziest thing about that now? Did you hear this? That Fables is a public domain property.
That would make sense.
No. The creator of the Fables announced that he was putting his property.
Yeah,
in public domain
no. It makes
to
sense.
stick a middle finger at DC.
Oh, is it specifically at DC? That's amazing. I would say that because aren't like the like the darker version of the fairy tales public property. I can never remember the Grim Tales or something. Like they are public domain as well, I think. So yeah, it wouldn't.
No, apparently he's having a dispute with DC over the publishing of stuff. So he's like,
right, okay,
it's all public domain now.
Shit.
So I've made my money. What's your
so I've got I think an easy one is Prince of Persia trailer. It's coming up. I think it's not anything wild. I just think it's the new Switch one. The
one we played
one.
at PAX.
The one we played at PAX, that one.
The Lost Crown?
Lost Throne? Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think we'll just get a very normal trailer for that. I think we'll get a story trailer for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. That is up and coming, so I could see that having a presence here. And then, as I've already mentioned it in my predictions for the first trailer, Suicide Squad. We get a substantial trailer for Suicide Squad and trying to save face and please, people, give it a chance. But don't give it a chance.
All right. What game will Shadow drop? If yes, what game? Plus 2 points if you're correct for this one. I've said Hades. Early access.
No.
Yeah, they
no
did
fucking way.
They did it last time.
They did an early access.
Hades 1 release.
Time.
That's what I'm saying. Early access Hades 2.
I don't think they need a. I don't think they
when
need
they first announced it.
Time.
I
think they already said they're going to.
They
do
already
the same
said
thing.
they're doing early access. Again.
Oh fuck! Right. Okay.
So why not do it again? Worked last time. Ash?
I say yes, and I've said Baldur's Gate 3 for Xbox.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That would make sense. I've been boring and put no, but just because I couldn't. In my mind, no, it's not even good. It's more in my mind. It's going to be some fucking mobile game or some indie game, and it's not my bit, so I can't come up with something to do with either one of those. So I just put no. It makes life easier.
Can I ask you a question? You say 2 points for getting it on, for getting it right. How does that work on the bingo card?
If we all get a bingo, you get the points win.
Okay.
So if you get a bingo,
it's a tiebreaker as well.
It's a tiebreaker. Yeah. Next question. Any mention of Ukraine/Palestine? I said no. Kieran said no.
Thank you. Thank you.
I said yes, more likely to Ukraine, but only in setting up a trailer for a studio that's in one of those places.
Do you reckon he like drops it in terms of like Games for Impact and stuff like that? Like he kind of drops it as like a pre-monologue into that event, like, oh, with things happening in Ukraine, yada yada.
No.
Yada. God.
I think another big reason he won't even.
I would not be surprised if the word ceasefire just mentioned at any point during the game awards.
I feel like another big reason they won't even mention Ukraine is because it's going to feel even weirder and worse to like show support for Ukraine but not Palestine. Because like
yes,
so that's why I feel like it's a no on both. Because Ukraine's the place you're allowed to care about, but Palestine's not.
And that's why you will. But also because it will directly tie into the game that he's about to show. These devs have been working in the terrible conditions in the middle of a war zone. But here's this cool video game they're making.
Here's a new trailer for Stalker.
Here's the Snood Stalker DLC.
All right. Next big block before the final question. What announced game that a majority would like a trailer for here doesn't show up at all? I've said Hellblade 2. Not a single.
I thought about it, but I was like, do a majority of people really want Hellblade 2? That's questionable.
It's one of the most usually yeah.
I predicted every fucking show because holy shit, at some point it needs to do something.
No, I don't think it's coming out anymore. Question number 22. Any mention of a video game, movie / TV show? If yes, which one? Plus 1 extra point for correct answer. I've said yes. The Borderlands movie. Jack Black comes out.
Kevin Hart.
One of those motherfuckers.
I don't think Jack Black's in that one.
No, I don't think Jack Black's attached. I know Kevin Hart's
wait,
attached.
maybe he's Claptrap.
Isn't he Claptrap? I thought that was the thing.
That might be a thing.
Potentially. I know because Kevin Hart's playing Roland and I've still losing my mind over that.
Number 23. Are we giving away Steam Decks? I've said no. Not this year. Ash?
Okay. For 21, I've written an unannounced Sony first-party game.
That's a cop-out answer. That's a cop-out answer.
That's bullshit.
That's a cop-out answer. That's going to
lose a letter.
I'll double down. And say GTA 6.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair.
Any mention of a video game, TV, movie? Yes. They're going to mention Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, The Last of Us, Super Mario Brothers movie, and Twisted Metal.
That does not count. Outside of the fucking nominated
That's hilarious.
category.
That's so funny.
I didn't think I had to put that in the fucking asterisks.
That's so good. Oh, bravo, Ashley. That's some good shit.
Okay, then I'm going to say they're going to mention the Knuckles TV show that's coming next year.
Okay. You got one last question here. What's your smart ass fucking return on this one?
This is
are we giving away Steam Decks? Lol, no.
Oh god. I've gone with Final Fantasy Rebirth is not going to get showed on this show.
That's
which I think we've had a recent one. I think people want more of that still. But no. But yes, I think we're going to get some more out of the Witcher anime potentially. Either just furthering that news and kind of putting that either on it with a scene or another trailer for it. And no, just because I need to just double check before my no, we're not going to get any Steam Decks because I didn't forget the question. No, we're not going to get any Steam Decks given away because why the fuck would they when they're about to release a new model for it?
Get rid of that old stock.
No, because if they give people who don't have Steam Decks, they'll be like, why the fuck would I purchase a new one then?
And why would the people who got them last time
want them?
Then they would
because at the time the Steam Deck had been out for almost a year at that point.
No, they're giving away so they don't have the old ones so people have no choice but to buy the new ones.
Nah.
All right, last question. Trailer prediction number 7. What's your last trailer prediction? I have gone with Baldur's Gate 3 expansion.
Oh, no shot. Oh, I almost put this but as a prediction, but I was like, I don't want to A, get my hopes up, but B, it's too soon. I think it'd be fucking insane if they did it.
Why? They have to show
because of the amount of effort, that poor fucking team is going to have to go through to get an expansion trailer ready. I don't.
I didn't say it was coming out anytime soon.
Oh, then don't talk about it yet. I fucking hate. Just don't talk about it too early. We've been through this too often. Don't talk about it. Just talk about it once you're ready.
Very big show. They win Game of the Year. They announce an expansion.
No, because they'll be in the same spot. They can do it next year.
It's coming to Xbox
Maybe
apparently,
last
according
year.
to Ash's prediction. Like, it's a very big Baldur's Gate show.
Well, no, because it's already confirmed to come into Xbox. They've already said it's
maybe.
coming out. They've already said it's coming out in December
They
for
just
Xbox.
need to figure out how to make it work
Phil's
on that
still
console.
figuring out how to make it work, you know?
Do you know what made me laugh? The picture of the Baldur's Gate 3 physical deluxe edition had the Xbox sign thing there, but it had fucking 3 or 4 discs next to it, whereas
Yeah.
like the PlayStation one had 2. I was like, that's amazingly shit. Fucking hell, Xbox, come on.
Ash, what's your last?
I'm going to go with IO Interactive's James Bond game.
Oh, that'd be tasty. That'd be some tasty shit.
Good. It's been a
Independent game. Independent
game. Future Indie Game of the Year winner,
True.
James Bond.
Good shit.
What do you think they had in
shit.
it? What's your last one, Ken?
This happened because I was writing the last one down and I went, holy fuck, haven't I predicted Hades 2 yet? So I just put Hades 2, which is boring now because you've both said it in different contexts. But it's just, yeah, I think it's almost a slam dunk that Hades 2 will appear here.
Just not an early access release.
I don't, fuck, that'd be insane. But you know what? It worked really well. I don't know. I don't think they need to right now.
Full release, apparently, according to Kieran.
Holy
Yeah,
shit. That would also be insane.
Whole game's out.
Out
All right.
now.
They are our predictions for the Game Awards. Of course, as I said, I'll have the questions up so you'll be able to play along too if you'd like. See if you can win a bingo of the thing. Who's going to be watching it live? Anyone have work off?
No.
No.
Yeah, okay. None of us are watching it live, but we will be playing bingo when we're watching it later. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Print out your card, laminate that sucker, play along at home with your little stamps.
Damn, it's only 2 weeks away. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this prediction episode. I don't know if you.
I know. Yeah, but normally they're, announced much earlier. And then I feel like the gap between the nominees being announced and the actual Game Awards is like.
Yeah, normally we have
More
to do
than 3 weeks.
we have to do like predictions like the week before. Like
I
the week
tried to
of,
do it
so
earlier,
we can
man,
do it.
because instead of stuff leaking and like
That's
ruining half
also
the
fair.
predictions. So yeah. All right, thank you for joining us this week on Lacquer Couch. Of course, check out explosionnetwork.com. If you want to follow us on Zetas, explosionnetwork.com/Twitter takes you there. If you want to join our Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord does that. And if you'd like to support the website and the podcast, you can do that many ways. But one in particular is explosionnetwork.com/support, which takes you to our Ko-fi page. Donate as little as $1 over there would be fantastic. And until next week, goodbye. Sayonara. Eat cheesecake.